Yes, boys, welcome back to another breakdown and prediction video. Today, we'll be breaking down UFC 297, Dricus Du Plessis taking on Strickland in the main event. Gonna be an absolute banger pay-per-view card. Not the most stacked, but there are some fun fights on this card, and there are some spots from a betting angle that I like on this card quite a lot, actually. A few moneyline bets already, and yeah, let's recap last year. I haven't done a breakdown video, didn't do one for last week. It was just too busy with just certain stuff in life, I guess. But yeah, what did we get last year? We were up 51.32 units, 9% ROI. My goal for my first year was to get 50 plus units, and we did that. So I'm very pleased with reaching 51 units. Not the best end to the year. We were up like 60 units, and then we kind of dropped off towards the end. But the main thing is we reached our goal, and that's all you can really ask for. Really happy with the first year of betting. Our last card, we were down 0.83 units. Not the best way to start off 2024, but it is what it is. That was some bad bets on my part. The Phil Hawes bet, what am I doing, man? I always say, do not be betting on a guy with a glass chin, even if he's 10 times better in the skill aspect, because like, man, Phil Hawes I think is better than Bruno Ferreira, but you just cannot rely on a guy's chin, especially Phil Hawes. I mean, that is in the Hall of Fame for the worst chin I've ever seen in UFC history. But yeah, guys, I'm really looking forward to this pay-per-view card, UFC 297. Let's get right into the breakdown video. Good luck this weekend, boys, and let's enjoy these fights. Let's go! Woo! And our first fight is going to be Malcolm Gordon taking on Jimmy Flick in the flyweight division. Malcolm Gordon, pretty well-rounded fighter, decent defensive wrestling, good scrambles in the ground, good grappling, and just a well-rounded fighter, decent hands, decent boxing, some power in those hands, hurt Denise Bonder in their fight, which was a good win for him. But yeah, Jimmy Flick, on the other hand, submission or bust type of fighter. There's nothing else that this guy presents on the feet. I mean, on the feet, he's terrible, zero cardio, and I do see Malcolm Gordon winning this matchup pretty. I think minus 130 is a very good bet, to be honest. I think there's value in that minus 130 because I just don't think that Jimmy Flick, after that 3-year layoff, and apparently he was dealing with injuries in that 3-year layoff, he has not been the same fighter. Charles Johnson got KO'd there, and Alessandro Costa got KO'd there. He's just not very good in the feet. Submission or bust fighter. After round one, he's a completely different fighter and does quit. So I do see Malcolm Gordon surviving that early onslaught from Jimmy Flick in that grappling aspect of this fight, and then starting to put it on Jimmy Flick in that second round and finding a TKO win just by utilizing his superior boxing in this matchup. So yeah, give me Malcolm Gordon by TKO round 2 in this matchup. And our next fight is going to be Jasmine Jasudavicius taking on Priscila Cachoeira, her actual name is. But yeah, Jasmine Jasudavicius, decent, well-rounded fighter. I mean, she is scrappy. She does, tend to get in brawls, which is a worry in this type of matchup because, Priscila Cachoeira is a very brawl-heavy fighter, and doing that against her is a risk, but I don't feel like Jasmine Jasudavicius will really do that in this matchup. I think that she will implement a very heavy grappling / wrestling game plan in this matchup and really put it on Priscila Cachoeira in that kind of grappling area in this fight, because if she doesn't wrestle or grapple, I mean, what are you doing? This is such an easy fight for you if you just implement wrestling, and she does have very, very good wrestling. She took down Miranda Maverick a few times, controlled her, and we saw what Miranda Maverick did to Priscila Cachoeira in her last fight. So yeah, Jasmine Jasudavicius, I think that she's kind of superior everywhere where this fight goes. I think that she's more technical on the feet, but she does like to get brawl. She does like to brawl at times, which, like I said, is a bit of a worry against someone with a power like Priscila Cachoeira. But in my opinion, she's more technical on the feet. She's way better at wrestling. Her grappling is so much better, it's not even close. I mean, Priscila Cachoeira has absolutely zero grappling and wrestling defense, and I see Jasmine Jasudavicius taking her down and actually getting a TKO win. I think that she will be very ground and pound heavy in this matchup. She will be trying to advance on the ground, and she will find a TKO in that second or third round. So yeah, give me Jasmine Jasudavicius as a parlay piece in this fight. Pretty easy, to be honest. I don't really see how Priscila Cachoeira wins this fight unless Jasmine Jasudavicius completely has no fight IQ in this matchup, which I just don't see happening. I mean, this is a very clear, there's a clear path to victory, and she will take it in this fight. And our next fight is Yohan Lainesse taking on Sam Patterson. Gonna go with Yohan in this matchup. I think that Yohan has way crisper striking. I mean, it's not even close. I think that Sam Patterson has absolutely horrible striking defense. If you actually watch some of his fights in Brave even, he was getting caught multiple times in the chin. And on the Dana White Contender Series, dude, he was literally getting rinsed. He was getting absolutely rinsed on the feet in that first round, taking an absolute beating. And then Yanal Ashmus completely just absolutely sent him to the shadow realm. One of the scariest knockouts of 2023 for sure. And I do see Yohan Lainesse being the way more technical striker, being the way more crisper striker, and being able to land on Sam Patterson. You know, Yohan Lainesse does have power in both hands, has a nasty left hook, has a nasty right overhand, and Sam Patterson's very liable to getting hit by those overhand rights. And I do see Yohan Lainesse winning this matchup. I just had a brain fart, but yeah, look, Yohan Lainesse, I think, will find a KO finish in this matchup. Has some very big power in his hands, and Sam Patterson's defense is just not very good, but he does have some good opportunistic grappling, which could cause an issue for Yohan in this matchup. But I'm gonna side with Yohan Lainesse. Yeah, I think he's a way more reliable pick in this matchup from what we've seen, and Sam Patterson, just from what I've seen, man, his striking defense is absolutely horrible. So yeah, I'm going to go with the way more tactical, way more slicker, and way more just better striker in this matchup. So yeah, give me Yohan Lainesse by KO round 1. And our next fight night is going to be an absolute it's going to be an absolute snooze fest, toilet break, smoke break, whatever you want to say. Gillian Robertson taking on Polyana Viana. Going to side with Gillian Robertson. I think that she does get the takedowns in this fight. Her wrestling isn't very good, but Polyana Viana's takedown defense is horrible. But that is probably because she knows that her BJJ is extremely dangerous off her back, looking for arm bars from full guard, looking for submissions off her back. But I don't see how she'll be able to submit Gillian Robertson off her back. I think that Gillian Robertson's top game is actually very impressive, but the striking aspect, if this stays on the feet, man, Gillian Robertson's going to look like an absolute clueless clown on the feet. I mean, her striking it looks like she's never thrown a punch in her life. I'm not even cooking her, bro. Like, her striking is absolutely horrible. And Polyana Viana has way more technical striking, just better striking in my opinion. And if it stays on the feet, man, Gillian Robertson will not be looking like a -2 in her favour. I don't know who's laying that chalk, but respect to you if you're paying -200 for Gillian Robertson in an MMA fight. Because if she doesn't get these takedowns and it is like swapped and reversed, this could be a very butt clenching fight for those betting and parlaying or just paying the -200 fee for Gillian Robertson. I'm not playing anything in this fight. I think that Gillian Robertson does get it done. I don't really like what I'm seeing from Polyana Viana on social media, just promoting her OnlyFans. It's like she's using MMA as a gateway to like get the Sims in. And just promote her OnlyFans. You know what I mean? Like, that's not even me joking, by the way. Like, she literally only promotes her OnlyFans on social media, and like, when I see that, I'm not even joking. I'm like, how much are you into MMA anymore? Like, I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna have to side with Gillian Robertson in this matchup. Pretty like just a terrible fight. Gonna be an absolute snoozer, let's be honest here. Next. And our next fight is gonna be Serhiy Sidey taking on Ramon Taveras. That was such a tongue twister, jeez. Serhiy Sidey, I'm just gonna call him Sidey. He has a very well rounded, decent striking, decent kicks, decent in the clinch, decent wrestling, decent grappling, just very well rounded overall. Only has one career loss, 10-1 record, very impressive record, and has had some decent wins on the regional scene. Did lose to Mateo Vogel, but that was early in his career, so not a bad loss to have. Mateo Vogel, not a bad fighter whatsoever, not a bad fighter, but he's looked impressive ever since that loss. That was still a very close fight in that loss he had, but this is a rematch we're getting here. Ramon Taveras, a very one-dimensional, just in MMA, only boxing really, very powerful though, and very aggressive on the feet. He will come forward, march you down, and try and land hands on you, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. And I am going to actually pick Taveras in this matchup. I do think, yes, this is a rematch. Yes, Sidey did drop and it was a premature stoppage in that matchup. But I do think that Taveras will be able to get in the inside and land a big shot on Sidey and put him out, or at least get a TKO win in that first round. I think that this will be a barn burner. I think that under 1.5 is very interesting depending on the line. And yeah, I think that because I also think that Ramon Taveras leaves himself very open. You know, like I said, he does come forward. He has been chinned before. He has been hurt in previous fights, and he's a very you know, kill or be killed fighter, if that makes sense. So I think that this will be under 1.5 for sure, and I do see Ramon Taveras actually winning this matchup via KO in that first round. I think that he will come forward, he will get on the inside and put hands in Sidey in this rematch. So yeah, give me Ramon Taveras in this matchup. But honestly, I don't know. I may play him very small, like a unit or like half a unit, to win like half, or to win like maybe like 0.8 units or like 1.5 units, whatever the payout would be. So yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at like maybe playing him small, but I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna have to do more research into that fight. And our next one is going to be Charles Jourdain taking on Sean Woodson. Charles Jourdain, very flashy, very, you know, flashy kicker, very flashy on the feet, very diverse in his attacks on the feet with spinning stuff, jumping knees. That's why he's called air. And yeah, just a very wide variety of kicks and stuff that he does in the feet. Sean Woodson's very much more one-dimensional, kind of just a boxing-only type of fighter, and I do see that being his downfall in this matchup. He will have a massive reach advantage. He'll have like 7 inches of reach in this matchup. Yeah, he'll have like, he'll have 9 inches of reach in this matchup, but I do think that Charles Jourdain can level that out with the diverse strikes he has, the body kicks, the front kicks up the middle, the leg kicks. And Sean Woodson, I don't know, I just haven't really been impressed by him in his past few fights. Yes, he beat Dennis Buzukja pretty easily, but you know, I don't really think that Dennis Buzukja is very good, and Dennis Buzukja took on like 4 or 5 days notice and almost died making weight, so I can't really like give him credit for that win, to be honest. And I think that Charles Jourdain is a massive step up in competition compared to Dennis Buzukja. In my opinion, I think that Charles Jourdain, I think he's just better on the feet, to be honest, with the more diverse attacks. So yeah, give me Charles Jourdain. I think he wins by decision. I don't really see a finish for either guy in this matchup. I think if someone does finish it, it will be Charles Jourdain in this matchup. But Sean Woodson does have a chance with that reach advantage, has some nice crisp boxing, but I'm going to go with Charles Jourdain just by having more diverse strikes in this matchup, having a wider arsenal. So yeah, give me a Charles Jourdain. And our next fight is going to be Brad Katona taking on Garrett Armfield. Brad Katona, very well-rounded fighter, you know, decent defensive wrestling, good get-up game, very good on the feet, very tactical on the feet, and, you know, got a very good chin. Never been finished in his career, fought some very good guys, even on the regional scene when he got cut from the UFC, beat guys like Bryce Mitchell, fought guys like Merab Dvalishvili, and just, I like his well-roundedness in this fight especially. I think that Garrett Armfield, I think his boxing first round KO only in this matchup. I don't really see how he's able to win this fight as it goes on. I think that Garrett Armfield, you know, does have some crisp striking, got some okay submissions, but I think his cardio is lacking. He has been finished twice outside of the first round. Both his 2 out of his 3 losses are coming by second round finish. So yeah, I do think that is a weakness in his MMA game, I guess, his cardio. So I think that Brad Katona is able to extend this fight outside of the first round. I think that the first round will be dangerous. Garrett Armfield is very good in that first round. Very, I wouldn't say technical, but he's got a very good boxing in that first round. Dangerous, and you know, Garrett Armfield had a very impressive performance against to show me Kazama, but Kazama, like, dude, that guy, I don't really rate him whatsoever. I don't think he's very good, and Brad Katona is actually very good. I would rate him in that 20 to 25 area in that bantamweight division. I do think he's very good, so big step up in competition for Garrett Armfield in this matchup, and I do think that Brad Katona is able to get this win by third round TKO. Yes, I am picking him by TKO. He is a bit of a decisionator, but I don't really like the cardio off Garrett Armfield, so gonna go with Brad Katona third round finish. Third round or decision might be a bad bet depending on the odds, so look out for that kind of bet if you're trying to play this fight. That would be how I'd play this fight in my opinion. Our next fight is going to be an absolute banger in the featherweight division. Arnold Allen taking on Movsar Evloev. Arnold Allen, very fast, very powerful, just extremely quick on the feet, very nice boxing, wide variety of kicks on the feet, good elbows, and I just love the speed of Arnold Allen, and Movsar Evloev, very well rounded as well. Got very good top pressure when he gets the takedowns, good wrestling, very decent striking, but his defense on the feet is something that I just don't like whatsoever. I think that his defense was kind of exposed in that Lopez fight. Yes, Lopez is looking like a pretty good fighter, kind of a killer in that featherweight division. Very interesting prospect to keep an eye out on. But I do think that Arnold Allen can expose and take advantage of Movsar Evloev's pretty piss poor defense, I must say so, to be honest. I don't really like his defense whatsoever. I think that the speed of Arnold Allen will be a massive factor in this matchup, and both guys I wouldn't say have a cardio advantage in this matchup. I think that Arnold Allen doesn't have the best cardio. I don't even think that Movsar Evloev has the best cardio, so yeah, I mean, I don't know, like Movsar Evloev lost the third round, was kind of getting beat on by Hakeem Dawodu, and we've seen how bad Hakeem Dawodu has been the past few fights, so I don't know. I'm going to have to go with Arnold Allen. I think that his crisper striking is going to be a massive factor, and if Movsar Evloev does shoot for takedowns, I think that Arnold Allen will be able to stuff them very early on and kind of just move his feet very well and make it hard for Movsar Evloev to track him down, get him to the cage and look for takedowns, or shoot in open space and try and get a takedown. And if he does get a takedown, I do see Arnold Allen making his way back up to the feet and starting to just put it on Movsar Evloev again. I'm going to go Arnold Allen by decision in this matchup. I think that he may hurt Movsar Evloev a few times in this matchup just because, like I said, Evloev's defense isn't the best, but just going to go with decision. I think that's more of a safer pick than, relying on Arnold Allen, who has been to many decisions to find a finish against a very high-level opponent in Movsar Evloev in this fight. And our next fight is Chris Curtis taking on Marc-André Barriault in the middleweight division. Chris Curtis, very good boxing, very one-dimensional, but he has very good boxing, very high guard, good defense, very durable, good cardio, and I love his patience. I love that he does take his time to kind of figure out his opponent and then, lets it all go. Marc-André Barriault, decent cardio, very good cardio, good volume on the feet, but I think that Chris Curtis is levels above Marc-André Barriault, man. I think that minus 160 is an absolute steal. I have a max bet on Chris Curtis in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. I have a max bet. We are 6-0 on max bets, and I think I'm going to make it 7-0 with this one because I think that Chris Curtis, man, I think he's levels above him. Marc-André Barriault is a come forward fighter, and if you're gonna meet Chris Curtis in a car crash type of fight, that's exactly what Chris Curtis wants. He wants to meet you in the middle and, trade with you with his hands. And I do see that being a big factor in this match. Marc-André Barriault will come forward. That's his thing. He will come forward. And against Chris Curtis, that's not the type of fight you kind of want to fight, to be honest. As we've seen, like, the way to beat Chris Curtis is by, kicking him from range like Kelvin Gastelum did, like Amavo was doing, and like Jack Hermanson was doing. Guys that come forward, pressure him, kind of meet him in the middle, get slapped, and I do see Marc-André Barriault getting slapped in this matchup. I do think that Marc-André Barriault is durable, but I like the power of Chris Curtis, and I think that he is levels above him, fought the way better competition. I think that minus 160 is an absolute steal. And our next fight is going to be Neil Magny taking on Mike Malott. Neil Magny, we know what he's going to do. He's going to get you up against the fence and kind of just wear on you, dirty box you against the cage, and we know what Neil Magny's going to do. We know what he's going to do. Decent enough at range, some decent leg kicks, not very fast, not very powerful, but he is a very good minute winner. Mike Malott, on the other hand, this guy's impressive. You know, he has been impressive in his last few fights, but he hasn't fought the best competition. I don't think that Adam Fugia is a very good fighter. I don't think that Yohan Lainesse is a very good fighter, and I don't think Mickey Gall's very good. So, yeah, I think that the levels between those three it's a massive step up in competition against a guy like Neil Magny. The experience that Neil Magny presents in this matchup will be very challenging to a guy like Mike Malott, but I am going to go with Mike Malott. I think that Neil Magny is on the decline for sure. I don't really like his last 3-4 performances, to be honest. I think that his speed is going. I don't like the way he's reacting to shots. I think he's just very easy to bully around, and I do think that Mike Malott is going to have the strength advantage, the speed advantage, the power advantage. So, yeah, I think that speed will be a massive part of this fight. I think that Mike Malott can just be quicker to the punch, be faster, be kind of just more powerful, the more impactful strikes, and kind of pick up a decision victory in this matchup. I don't think he'll finish Neil Magny, but I do think that he will land the heavier shots over the 15 minutes and win a decision. I don't really like Mike Malott's cardio either. I'm not really high on Mike Malott, to be honest. I don't really think that he is that next kind of ranked guy to make his way towards that belt or anything, but he is a decent fighter, and I do see Neil Magny losing this fight. I think that he is on the decline. He is getting older, and Mike Malott is entering his prime. So, yeah, give me Mike Malott via decision in this matchup. And our next fight is going to be Raquel Pennington taking on Mayra Bueno Silva. Raquel Pennington, good boxing, very dirty, boxing inside the clinch, gets you against the fence, works on you from there, kind of tires you out, good cardio, very tough, I think she's been finished once in her entire career, and that was against Amanda Nunes. So, I mean, there's another, who hasn't been finished by Amanda Nunes, let's be real. So, yeah, and then Mayra Bueno Silva, okay on the feet. I wouldn't say it's amazing to watch on the feet. She has, decent power for a woman. Very dangerous submission ability, very opportunistic on the ground, but I am going to side with Raquel Pennington in this matchup. I think that her cardio advantage is going to be absolutely huge. I think the first maybe round or two may be tough for her, but after that, man, I think that Mayra Bueno Silva, I don't like her cardio whatsoever. She has gassed in so many fights, and I'm not really high on her whatsoever, to be honest. I'm not high on her whatsoever. Raquel Pennington, I'm not high on her either in terms of her skill, but I think that her toughness in this matchup will pay dividends in the result, to be honest, because I think that over the 5 rounds, it's a massive factor, the 5 rounds in this matchup. If it's 3 rounds, I'm picking Mayra Bueno Silva to win the first 2 and then maybe, lose the third, but I think that Raquel Pennington can implement a game plan, push Mayra Bueno Silva against the fence, maybe reverse her against the fence, kind of just dirty box her in the first couple of rounds, and then you start to take over with her boxing and start to pressure Mayra Bueno Silva against the fence and put her on her in the later rounds. So I'm gonna go with Raquel Pennington to pick up the bantamweight title. Wow, I can't believe I'm saying that. But yeah, Raquel Pennington, I think that her boxing and her overall cardio and toughness will be a massive advantage that she will have in this fight. On our next fight night, the main event of the evening is Dricus Du Plessis taking on Sean Strickland. Dricus Du Plessis, we know what this guy is going to bring. We know what both guys are going to bring. They're going to bring absolute chaos, but Dricus Du Plessis is going to bring absolute violence. I mean, this guy is a come-forward fighter, bro. He will absolutely try and take your head off. He's nice blitzes. His cardio isn't the best, but I would say he's one of the best fighters I've ever seen at fightings where he's being gassed. Maybe Pantoja and Dricus Du Plessis are the best 2 fighters I've ever seen who can just dig deep and just, keep going even though they're completely gassed. So, yeah, Dricus Du Plessis, very good grappling, very good wrestling. I think he's way more technical than people give him credit for, If you want to watch my Rob Whittaker versus Dricus Du Plessis breakdown, the post breakdown, I basically analyzed how Dricus Du Plessis, his game plan against Robert Whittaker and how he found the finish against Robert Whittaker. But people are saying like, oh, he has a high guard, so Sean Strickland's going to go to the body against him. That is not like what he was doing against Robert Whittaker. He was having a high guard for a reason. And that was because Robert Whittaker, if you look at previous stats, Robert Whittaker had like, I think he went to the body like, I think it was 10% of the time in like previous fights, so he never went to the body, and Dricus Du Plessis knew that going into that fight and game plan for that, having that high shell. In this fight, I do not think he'll be having a high shell because we know that Sean Strickland likes to rip to the body a few times. And yeah, Dricus Du Plessis very good at coming forward. I wouldn't say he's very good on the back foot, which could be a big factor in this matchup if Sean Strickland is having success. Sean Strickland on the other hand, come forward fighter as well. I wouldn't say he has the best counters. I would say his boxing is very good. His boxing is very crisp, and I do like his volume that he puts out and the cardio he puts out over those 5 rounds. I think that he's a very hard guy to beat over those 5 rounds in the middleweight division. Yes, Garrett kind of near beat him. Very controversial decision there, but yeah, excuse me, I'm like dying here. Yeah, Sean Strickland, I love his boxing. He's so hard to hit as well, unless you're Alex Pereira. I mean, he is so hard to hit. He gets his arms up in weird positions, and he's just a very awkward fighter to deal with, like Dricus Du Plessis. This is why this matchup is so hard to predict. Both fighters are so awkward. Both fighters are come forward, come forward fighters, and I'm going to side with Dricus Du Plessis in this matchup. I think that the one thing I love about Dricus Du Plessis, he will take chances, and the one thing I don't like about Sean Strickland in this match, he will not like step back counter like a for example like a McGregor or Sean O'Malley. He'll not like step back off to an angle and then counter you with like a right hand on the pipe. That's just not who he is, and that could be a big factor in this matchup. I think that Dricus Du Plessis will be the guy pressing forward due to that. If Sean Strickland had like a step back right hand counter in this matchup, I think that he could win this, but he doesn't. That's not his style. It's just a very boxing heavy come forward fighter, and I don't think he's very good on the back foot. So I do favour Dricus Du Plessis to find the big KO shot over the top of Sean Strickland's guard. So yeah, give me Dricus Du Plessis in this matchup, and I think that his game planning, his coach is an absolute genius, man. The way they game plan for Robert Whittaker was such a genius game plan. You should watch my video on me breaking that down, by the way. So yeah, Dricus Du Plessis, I think that he will come forward here, and he will land a big shot with that right hand over the top. And I like the way he can switch stances as well. He's very good in southpaw, like he showed in that Robert Whittaker fight, and he is very good in orthodox as well. And he does blitz from either stance. So yeah, Dricus Du Plessis is the pick in this matchup. I think that he will get a first round KO against Sean Strickland in this fight. Well, there you guys have it. There was my breakdown for UFC 297. If you like this, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It is much appreciated. And if you want to stay tuned with my bets, follow me on Twitter, SickyDawsMMA. That'll be much appreciated. But yeah, guys, enjoy this weekend. Let's make some cash and enjoy some fights. Let's go, boys. Have a great week. See ya, boys.